Invite a budget blind style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
Well, October 1st marks United Way Month in Border City as the organization announces new fundraisers that will happen over the next few weeks.
The flag raising is to let everybody in the community know that there's some initiatives going on, some fundraising initiatives, and just letting people know that it's highly beneficial to the community to help support the United Way.
As a nonprofit group, the United Way collects donations from the community and distributes them to member agencies in the city, including the B. Fisher Centre, MS Society, and the Lloydminster Rescue Squad.
We're able to take from the community and give back to the community. That's the biggest thing, having the donations go to the right destinations.
For a full list of events happening this month, you can call the United Way office at 780-875-3743. College Park students are going the distance to finish what Terry Fox started in the Marathon of Hope. The 22-year-old had to end his run abruptly when the cancer spread to his lungs, but his legacy lives on. Students have been running a couple kilometers every day for the whole month of September. Yesterday, they ran their last few kilometers and finished the marathon for Terry.
We figured that Terry would finish on Vancouver Island, the far end of Vancouver Island, which would be about 3,500 kilometers to actually finish his run. So as an accumulated run, as accumulated total with all the students, we've actually run all the way across Canada. We finished his run for him.
It's been excellent. Kids are really digging into it. And we use the Terry Fox Marathon of Hope actually as a bit of a lesson in the virtues that Terry espoused, but also in just simply what it means to give back to a community.
Terry's dream was to raise $1 from every Canadian for cancer research.
We like to do just exactly what Terry said. If we can raise $1 for every Canadian, in his case, if we can raise $1 for every person in our school, then we're reaching his goal.
College Park is still adding up the funds, but say they're close to reaching their goal. This year, the organizers of the Marathon of Hope are expecting a total of more than $700 million raised in Terry's name nationwide. Over the last several years, e-cigarettes have grown in popularity. Originally intended for adults, this newer form of smoking has exploded among a younger generation of smokers. In this week's Healthy Living, Krisha Khan takes a look at the world of e-cigarettes.
Vaping, a popular slang term to describe vaporizing. Not to confuse it with smoking, the two are different but linked together and have millions of users.
It has absolutely exploded all over Canada, even US, UK, all over the world.
You may be wondering, with something so popular, what exactly is an e-cigarette and how does it compare to a regular tobacco cigarette?
Well, an e-cigarette is basically just an electronic device. All it is a vaporizer. It burns juice rather than an actual physical product like tobacco or something like that. All it is just propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, and possibly or possibly not, if they choose, nicotine.
Wait a minute, possibly nicotine? Well, the amount of nicotine can vary, and you can go from 0 to 24 milligrams.
You definitely can taste the nicotine a little bit in the higher strengths. It's a little bit of a harsh taste, but at the same time, it's not a cigarette taste. It's not that harshness.
For these reasons and more, many have turned to e-cigarettes in the hope of quitting. And although you can dial down the amount of nicotine, completely cutting it out is key.
We clean the receptors off in your brain that are plugged with nicotine. Everybody needs to feel good. So if your receptors are plugged with nicotine, you continue to reach for that cigarette. Once we clean those receptors off, your body is able to start releasing endorphins, and that replaces the need for nicotine.
With many kinds of methods for quitting, this form of treatment is done with a laser.
This is just really a newer version of the old Chinese way of acupuncture. We use laser with electrical stimulation instead of the needles.
Ultimately, if you are in the market for quitting, there are various options out there. And of course, it all depends on what works best for you. Krisha Khan, Newcap News.